The tournament in question was held in Yugoslavia in 1959. Bobby Fischer was one of 8 candidates. There were also 4 Russians taking part, including Misha Tal. One of the other candidates describes what happened.
Tal made a public statement to the press that he would beat Fischer with, in all 4 games, and Fischer was angry for that. I remember that.
Tal, who later went on to become world champion the following year, defeating Botvinnik for the title, was 3 up on Fischer when the final game approached. Feelings were running unusually high. The story is taken up by another championship contender at the time, Grandmaster Gligorić of Yugoslavia.
Fischer made a statement then before the final quarter of the tournament in Belgrade that he was going to stop the Russians. He was angry for the whole catastrophe which he had with Tal.
Fischer's second at the tournament was Grandmaster Larsen of Denmark.
He couldn't win the tournament, but he wanted desperately to win this game, and very early Fischer got a tremendous attack. And Tal has this very strong look, this gaze, you know. There were people who said he could hypnotize them, and they wanted to put on sunglasses because of Tal's eyes. And so there is a critical position where Tal has a very difficult game, and Fischer is thinking. And he has a choice between 2 moves, and it is really so complicated, and he is so nervous. What he did was that he wrote down one of these moves on his score sheet, and he looked at Tal, but Tal was looking at Fischer's score sheet, and he could read the move, and he did not turn red. Then Fischer said that did not make Tal nervous, and then he made the other move, and that lost. Now Fischer says that it's against the rules if you write your move before you make it. But at that time Fischer did that himself.
I remember that Fischer complained about having lost all 4 games to Tal, thinking that he should have won them, because he had favorable positions in those games, he thought. After that, his bitter feeling against Soviet grandmasters began to grow, and I think that's one of subjects which make him so ambitious to win the title. He doesn't like Soviet players at all.
It may be true that these 4 losses to Tal have led to this, but I want to say that already before he was very anti-Russian. He had as an idol some American radio commentator who was something like Joe McCarthy, and he was very anti-Russian at that time, in a very childish way, in my opinion.
The next time Fischer was a candidate was in South America in 1962. He didn't do very well, and he blamed the Russians for cheating by playing easy games against each other so that they'd be fresh when they got to him. He threatened that he would not play again unless the rules were changed to match play. They were.